The light above the family dinner table was warm and bright. The smell of roasted beef and wine filled the room. Everyone was laughing. It felt like a normal family celebration. Until Dad looked directly at me. His hand was still resting on the knife he had used to cut the birthday cake. "Helen," he said quietly, "tell me something. The $200,000 I gave you. What did you do with it?" The room went silent. Forks stopped moving. Laughter disappeared. My stomach dropped. The metal fork slipped from my hand and hit my plate. $200,000. I whispered. "What do you mean?" Across the table, my sister Kristen suddenly went pale. 30 minutes later, police lights were flashing across the windows. And that's when I understood. This wasn't a misunderstanding. It was an ambush. My name is Helen Carter. I'm 31 years old. For the last 8 years, I've lived in Chicago. The city never seemed to sleep. The buildings, traffic, and lights always hummed around me. I worked as a marketing coordinator for a fashion company. The job paid my bills. But it wasn't my dream. My dream was to open my own boutique. I'd been thinking about it since college. For years. I saved money. I designed sample advertisements. During my lunch breaks, I drew store layouts in notebooks. I imagined dresses hanging under soft lights, but I rarely talked about the dream. It seemed too big. Too impossible. Then, 3 months earlier, my father changed everything. He called me one night. His voice sounded proud. "Helen, I believe in what you're building." I smiled. Then he said something I never expected. "I'm sending you $800,000. No conditions. Build something that belongs to you." I couldn't speak. My father wasn't a man who made huge promises. When he said something, he meant it. "Thank you, Dad," I finally said. "I won't waste it." But my mother, Linda, saw things differently. Mom always had a favorite. My younger sister, Kristen. Kristen was 3 years younger than me. She had perfect hair, expensive clothes, and a beautiful smile for social media. She loved luxury. She loved attention. And she always seemed to find an easy way around hard work. Mom defended her no matter what. If Kristen made a mistake, there was always an excuse. If I made one, there was always a lecture. I had learned to live with it. Then, a few days before Dad's 60th birthday, Kristen called me. I was packing samples for an important meeting when I saw her name on my phone. "Hey," I said. Her voice sounded strange. "Dad isn't feeling well." I stopped what I was doing. "What?" "We're canceling his birthday dinner," she said. "You don't need to come home." I frowned. "Canceling?" "Dad has been talking about this party for months. Plans changed." She paused. "He doesn't want a crowd." Something about that sentence felt wrong. My father loved family gatherings, especially when both his daughters were there. After the call ended, I stared at my phone. Kristen was hiding something. I knew her too well. That night, I checked my bank account. I didn't even know why. Everything looked normal, but I noticed a strange transfer reference buried among my transactions. It was small. Almost meaningless, but it made me uneasy. I called my Aunt Ellen. She was Dad's sister and the only person in our family who never took sides. "Canceled?" she asked. "Yes," she laughed. Double quotes Helen. "I was at your parents' house yesterday. Your father was tasting cake flavors." My heart started beating faster. "So the dinner is still happening?" "Of course it is." I sat silently. Kristen told me Dad was sick. Aunt Ellen's voice became serious. "Don't let her keep you away." That night, I barely slept. The next morning, I booked a flight to Salt Lake City. I didn't tell Kristen. I didn't tell Mom. I didn't even tell Dad. I simply got on the plane. As the clouds passed beneath me, I kept wondering if I was imagining things, but something